Hello everyone, this is Max Christensen from ObservantSound.com. I'd like to show you our newest sample library, Steel Tongue, from the Singing Metal series, available for a full version of Kontakt 6. It features 3 different beta articulations with 3 round robin each, 2 mic positions, and 11 different instrument patches. It has dedicated volume envelope controls, a built-in arpeggiator, an effects section, and a sense section for delay and reverb, making it super customizable and fun to play with. When we open up any of the instruments, we see that we have a group section showing us 3 different beta articulations, each with an on-off switch, a tone control blending between a mono and a stereo mic position, an attack and release slider for the envelope, and a volume control. On the right, if we click the Sense label, we get to the Sense section, where we have 2 big buttons for reverb and delay that set the amount sent to the effect. Now, by default, at least in the 01 patch, the main patch, these are set to their lowest value, which turns the effect off, so you don't have to worry about any extra CPU usage if you don't like using built-in reverbs or delays. In the middle, we have our arpeggiator section and some global controls. Now, the arpeggiator section has 3 modes for us to choose from. Right now it's off, so it doesn't do anything, regardless of what we play. We can just play the instrument normally. But if we turn it to on, then it will cycle through the keys that we currently play with the velocities given in this graph, and we can enter values just by clicking anywhere inside this white bar. Now, if I play anything right now, it will take the notes that I'm playing and play them in a certain order, and you can decide this order in this menu. There is as played, which just means first I hit this, then this, then this, then this, and I'm going to remember this note order, or I'm just going to play it upward or downward, up and down, etc., etc. There's a bunch of modes to choose from. Now, when any of the 3 arpeggiator modes are on, we don't hear the notes that we play the moment we play them. Rather, we only hear them when the arpeggiator is playing them. If we want to change that, then we need to activate the MIDI through button. So now I can play notes, and it also works with the arpeggiator. If I want to change the length of the notes, of the arpeggiated notes, and I can do that with the duration knob. So this works together with our release length of our volume envelope controls though. So if these are all set to maximum, then changing the duration will do very little because it's already playing the maximum length of the note. But if we turn this down, then we can start hearing this have an effect. Swing just adds swing to the signal. Rate changes the speed of the arpeggiator in relation to the DAW tempo. These 2 buttons allow you to only have the arpeggiator play in a certain scale. So if I say I want, or my piece is in the scale of G flat, F sharp, and I only want it to play in minor, So now, whatever I play, whatever notes on my keyboard or with the mouse or however you enter your notes, whatever I play, it will, if there's any note that's not in this scale, in this F sharp minor scale, then it will be transposed to the next highest note or the next lowest note in the scale. So whatever I play, let's just play a C major scale. Whatever I play, it will be in the F sharp minor scale. Let's try a different one. Let's maybe try whole tone scale. Right, it will always be in the G flat whole tone scale. So let's turn that back off. Down here we have some global controls. This is this random pan. If this is set to maximum, then it will take any played note and randomly position it in the stereo field. So on maximum, it can be either 100% left or 100% right or anything in between. Just to give you an idea what that sounds like. I find it opens it up in a way it makes a lot of space for there to be something else in the middle. Vibrato, just adds some vibrato to the signal. Which can sound like a chorus in a way, which is nice. It's a slight little effect. The dynamics knob just changes the relationship between the loudest and the quietest notes. And that's all our controls for this middle lane. Now on the right we have our FX section. We have an equalizer, a filter, an amplifier, a drive, a lo-fi signal, and a rotary. Now we have these two handy buttons right here. We can activate all of them at the same time. And we can bypass them all at the same time. And if we want to activate some of them individually, then we just hit this neat little light next to the effect name. So we have our equalizer, which is pretty self-explanatory. We have our low values, our mids, and our highs. We have a filter with various different shapes. We have an amplifier module with built-in vibrato as well, or a tremolo rather. And it can get quite nasty. A drive module, just to, sprucing up some sounds. Sometimes it gives it a bit of bite, sometimes it just gives it a bit of more snappiness. We have different modes to choose from, so just experiment and see what sounds best to you. We have a lo-fi module which can reduce the sample rate and the bit rate, which can be nice for some processed sounding kind of sound. And lastly, we have a rotary module, which simulates the way some organs use speaker cabinets. So they have a speaker inside a box and that speaker rotates. And we can do the same thing here. Now, before we have a listen to all the different instrument patches, let's take a quick look at our mapping, key mapping down here. All our light green colored keys are our normal samples, which are laid out over a few octaves. And then down here, this octave with the orange, this is just for the hits. Now, a word about the hits is they don't... Every time you hit one of those keys, you'll play all three groups. And you can, of course, turn them on and off however you like. But the hit samples, they don't transpose. They stay the same way all throughout, no matter where you play on the keyboard. And if you play any of these orange keys, then you will play the hits group samples. And I just laid it out like this because I thought some people might want to be able to play percussively without like looking at what are the notes right now. And also for the Arpeggiator mode, it can be quite nice to add a non-tonal tone. It just gives you different rhythms and a different sound. And lastly, for these 4 red keys, you can use these to switch between the Arpeggiator modes. You can do it by mouse like this, or you can hit the keys, which automatically switches to the different Arpeggiator modes. What I forgot to talk about is the different modes, how they work. So the on mode is it just plays my currently played keys, and as soon as I let go, it stops. For the hold mode, it plays my currently played keys, remembers that, and keeps going. And anytime I hit something else, then that is going to become the new notes to play. Let's turn it off. And lastly, we have the hold plus minus mode, which it remembers what keys I play. Anytime I play a new key, it gets added to the memory. And anytime I play a key that's already been played, then that gets erased from memory. Now these 2 modes, if you're using it in a DAW, it will stop when you hit the stop button. It will start and stop with your DAW messages. So let's have a listen to all the different patches. So that's it for this sample library walkthrough video. I hope you enjoyed the sounds. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to get the sample library, you can get it at observantsound.com. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.